Everyone, welcome to the show. I have some really juicy details to share with you. I want them real thick and juicy, so find that juicy double. Never mind. Anyway, um, talking about the trial for a defamation lawsuit against Mike Lindell. So this trial just started this week, and I have hysterical details to share with you, including who Lindell now blames for Donald Trump's loss in 2020. I also have news about the incompetence of his new attorney. Before I get into this story, though, do me a huge favor, hit the subscribe button below this video. Totally free for you to become a subscriber, and it really helps the show and the algorithm. So I appreciate it. And a huge shout out and thank you to everyone who donates to the show and to help keep it going. So greatly appreciate you as well. So here is the latest on my lumpy pillow man. Mike Lindell, he is currently in Colorado. He is the defendant in a trial. So this isn't the big kahuna. This isn't the one we've been waiting for with Dominion voting systems, but it's related to that case. It's related to that $1 billion lawsuit. So this defamation suit was brought by the former Dominion executive, a guy named Eric Coomer, who I've talked about on the show before. Coomer, as you guys might recall, he became a MAGA target because Donald Trump supporters just went after him after a Trump humper podcaster claimed that Coomer was somehow secretly aligned and in bed with Antifa. Remember how they used to see Antifa around every corner, blame Antifa for everything that happened? So he was like, oh yeah, this guy's on a phone call and a Zoom hangout or meeting with Antifa, and he said that he was going to stop Donald Trump from winning, and so he flipped the 2020 election results. That's what they claimed. We know that's BS, but as a result of that lie, which just went crazy, I mean, it just took on a life of its own, went viral, at least in MAGA sphere. So Coomer starts getting death threats, and they are threatening his children. They're threatening his wife. So he had to quit his job, and he went into hiding with his family for a period of time. And Coomer ended up filing a bunch of different lawsuits because of this. So he filed a bunch of suits against Trump allies, including Mike Lindell. And as you all also know, several other large media companies have already settled their election defamation lawsuits because they knew they don't have the goods. They can't win, right? Fox went as far as they could. I mean, they actually went to the trial, as you guys all remember, and then realized, yeah, we're getting really beaten up here. We're not going to win this thing. And so they settled in the middle of the trial. They know, all of these outlets know, they're smart enough to realize we don't actually have evidence of 2020 election fraud because they know it wasn't stolen. Unfortunately, with Lindell, I don't know if it's the drugs that he used to do. I don't know if he's just not a bright person. I don't know what it is, but he honestly believes this shit. He honestly thinks wholeheartedly, he is a true believer in the whole stop the steal, stolen election BS. So he does not see this situation the same way. And therefore, he's excited. He's actually excited for this lawsuit or for this trial. Take a look at what he told Steve Bannon. This was just, I believe, last Friday. So this was just days before the trial began.
Well, I'm looking at the courthouse, everybody, the federal courthouse, and this is what I've been telling you all. All of the cases in this country, when they did lawfare and sued over 75 individuals and platform, their insurance companies made them settle, or they just said, you know what, I can't afford to go all the way to the end. Well, we did it, My Pillow. They sued My Pillow. They went after my employees, my employee-owned company. They went after me, and he's right. We will get the truth out. I've been so looking forward to this day, and it's coming up here next week. I've been in Colorado for almost a week now here getting ready with lawyers. That's all I do from morning till night. And this is going to be historical, Steve.
So this man is so delusional. He is excited to have his ass handed to him in a defamation trial and to potentially lose millions of dollars, millions more dollars. He actually believes that his bogus quote unquote packet captures and all his conspiracy theories are going to hold up in court. He really believes he's going to show this evidence and it's going to prove everything. I mean, does he obviously knows that Tina Peters tried and miserably failed and ended up in prison for or jail and prison for 9 years. So he doesn't get it. And it came out Lindell is still butthurt about his pillows being called lumpy because he told Bannon, quote, "This is the same lawyer that in the deposition called my pillows lumpy. I told my lawyers maybe I should bring him one inside. He said, Mike, let's not go there." You don't say. You think your attorney doesn't want you bringing a pillow to court that it might make you look a little wacko? I kind of feel sorry for Lindell's attorney because can you imagine what what it's like trying to rein in this guy, trying to rein in this level of batshit crazy. Like it is probably a full-time job in and of itself. And I'm sure Lindell's attorney isn't happy about this next bit of news because Lindell told Rolling Stone news outlet he's going to testify on his own behalf. This is going to be so much fun. I cannot wait to bring you these updates. Lindell told them, quote, "Of course I'm going to testify at my own trial. I have nothing to hide. I am a former crack addict. I've always been open about that. I've always been open about everything. I'm as transparent as they come. So I have nothing to hide at this trial." And then he also said, quote, "The biggest thing I plan to say on the stand is that I didn't know who this guy, Eric Coomer, was. So why are you picking on my pillow and Mike Lindell? What did I ever do to him? I didn't even know who the guy was." I'm sure that'll go over well. I'm sure the judge will just allow that to flow. The judge will not try to stop him from saying these ridiculous things. And then Lindell is planning to go on the offense, and he's going to complain to the court, he said, that he is the actual victim in all of this because after Coomer sued Newsmax, apparently they won't now allow Lindell back on their network. And Lindell said that cost him over $20 million. And so, I mean, he's the real victim here, you guys. We should all take a moment of silence for poor Lindell, for my lumpy pillow man. Poor guy. I mean, I kind of do feel sorry for him because, again, I don't think he's smart enough or all there to realize that this is not what he thinks it is. Does not mean what you think it means. Anyway, he admitted to Rolling Stone that he's depleted all of his savings. He told them, quote, "Ask me if I have any money left. No, I don't. I don't have any money left. I keep borrowing to keep going in this battle against the deep state globalists and traitors and uniparty Republicans." So he's admitting, which is going to harm him in other cases, because he is admitting he has no money to pay these loans back. He's currently being sued by multiple people, you might remember. And then there's been some new ones, even since I last shared with you guys. But he has been taking out these loans with just obscene interest rates, and he cannot pay them back. And they're suing him, and now he's countersuing some of them, saying, "Oh, these rates were just, off the charts, and this isn't legal, and blah blah blah, and I shouldn't have to pay this back." So the guy is admitting now in an article, in an interview, that, yeah, I'm borrowing money that I can't pay back. So he's just not, again, not the brightest bulb, I think. And you're never going to guess who Lindell is now blaming for the quote unquote rigging of the election. Take a look at this.
We're in a battle of biblical proportions of evil and good. This isn't a party thing. This is a thing for our country and our world. And when you say who's behind it all, Satan, there's one.
I mean, I agree with Lindell that we're in a battle of good and evil. That is true. I just think he's clueless that he's on the wrong team. He doesn't realize he's wearing the Satan jersey. And you think you're in this existential battle, the battle for the soul of our country. You would think he would have the best representation in the battle that is that important, of monumental importance. No, you'd be wrong. Apparently, back in April, while they were preparing for this trial, Lindell's attorney submitted an opposition motion to the court, and it was filled with citations for cases that don't exist. So the judge called the attorney out on it. And first, the attorney said, "Oh, you know what? I made a mistake. I paraphrased some cases. My bad. Not a big deal." Well, the judge kept pressing him. And the attorney, it's a guy named Christopher Kacharoff, I believe is how you pronounce it. He eventually said, "Well, you know what? The thing is, what had happened was someone else checked the citations on my behalf. So I didn't actually do it. Somebody else did, and they made the mistake." Well, the judge wasn't satisfied with that answer and continued to press, and that was only partially true. The judge finally asked him point blank, "Did you use AI? Did you use AI to create this document?" And this Kacharoff guy finally admitted, "Yes, it was an AI program that I used to create these citations in this document." So the judge was pissed. She was furious. She threatened to sanction him. And by the way, I don't know if you guys heard about this. This is the same attorney who was filmed on Zoom. He's in a meeting on Zoom talking about a case, and he's walking around wearing no pants. He's walking around in his underwear. This wasn't related to the Lindell case, but it was another high-profile case. This was a case involving one of the co-defendants for Trump's Georgia RICO case. So a very high profile, a very important case as well. Once again, I mean, we've got all the best people here. Anyway, as I said, will keep you posted on this trial because this should be very fun. This should be very interesting. Yeah, could get crazy up in here. Y'all gonna make me lose my mind. I don't know why. I just have music in my head today. I don't know. Anyway, all right, guys, I'll let you know when I hear more. Thank you all so much for watching and listening. Please like, please share, and subscribe. Please donate if you can. Love you all. Take care. Talk with you soon.